Hey, thanks for joining me. It's time for 5 classic metal albums. So, number 1, Cult of Luna, Salvation. Cult of Luna are a Swedish post-metal band. This is their 3rd full-length album. It came out in 2004. And I think it's by far the best Cult of Luna album. I don't have any standout tracks here. This is a 10 out of 10. A lot of their albums have a little bit of a spacey vibe going on. And yeah, I remember being, 20 years old when this came out and just going for a walk and under the influence of some stuff way back in the day, and it just kind of blew my mind of, I just felt like I was in space, just, one of those early moments where you're like, yeah, music's crazy. You know what I mean. And this album, amazing. They have 9 full lengths now, and some are better than others, but the most recent one, The Long Road North, I think that's a return to form, and definitely renew my interest in the band. Number 2, KO Dot, Dowsing Anemone with Copper Tongue. I looked them up on Wikipedia just to kind of think of, what they're referred to as. It says avant-garde metal, and I can't argue with that at all. This is their 2nd full-length album. The first one is Choirs of the Eye, which is probably equally as good, but I don't own that one. And they have 10 albums now. 1 and 2 I thought were great. 3, 4, 5, 6 didn't really grab me, but the 4 most recent ones I think are great. I find they kind of have 2 albums in any given style. Like, the albums are paired up in styles, if you ask me. So this was the ending of the first 2 albums. 5 very long songs. It's all over the place, but it's not obnoxious. It flows together well, and I think this band rules. And I've seen them twice live. Once they were opening for Secret Chiefs 3, and I came to see KO Dot, and then I split halfway through Secret Chiefs 3 set. I just had to work in the morning or something, but I was there for KO Dot, and I thought they were awesome. And I saw them one other time opening for Paul Bear, so that was an awesome show. Atomizer. This is caustic music for the spiritually bankrupt. Atomizer were an Australian band. They formed in 1998 and broke up following the release of this, their 4th and most recent full length. And this came out in 2008. It's a black death thrash mixture, but it's got that nasty Australian attitude, when you hear it. And I bought this when I was in Australia. My wife went to school there for a couple years, so when I was visiting her, I picked this up at a cool record store there. And this is an early Hell's Headbanger release. My favorite songs are Hail Hail to the Hangman, even though it's kind of an interlude, and Esoteria is Now in Command. This one might not need much introduction, but A Chemical Wedding by Bruce Dickinson. This is, I believe, his final solo album before rejoining Iron Maiden. This came out in 1998, and this is a masterpiece. I give this one a 9.5 out of 10. The first song, King Crimson, that's a monster, and that might be a top 5 metal guitar solo all time for me. Amazing. The Tower, Trumpets of Jericho, those are my 3 favorites. But yeah, everyone loved this at the time, and he was really acquiring a reputation for really kicking Maiden's ass during this time period. But he'd soon return for a Brave New World. We'll talk about that some other time. And finally, another big band, but Ministry, Filth Pig. This is their 6th full length in a long discography. band still exists today. This came out in 1996, and this didn't sell great. Psalm 69, the preceding album, is probably the highest selling and maybe the most acclaimed across the board of their albums. So this was viewed as a disappointment, but I think it's the best thing they've done. Pretty inaccessible. It's definitely the heaviest Ministry album. I remember when I was first getting into this music when I was like 12 years old. I was maybe a couple years old when this one came out, but I remember I had an older cousin that probably doesn't listen to metal anymore, but he had this album, and I dubbed it on a cassette. And the song back then that I loved was Crumbs, but I love the whole album. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. And that's it. 5 classic metal albums. Thanks for watching.